Welcome, everybody, to the Sonoma Spiel. My name is Tim with the Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau. There are large eyeballs following me around the plaza. We're going to go quickly deep into the idea. There was this concept of the panopticon where, like, people see everything that you do and they're watching you, and how does that affect your behavior, and how does that, do you change how society's looking at you? And you're like, whoa, Tim, this is getting pretty deep. The cannabis podcast was last week, but listen, bear with me, because this week I have two very special guests, and I know every week I say I have very special guests, but this time I actually mean it. I have very special guests, and they're going to talk about why there's a bunch of eyeballs around the plaza following me around. First of all, Ginny Krieger with Sonoma International Film Festival. How you doing?
Hi, Tim. I'm great. Thanks.
Good. Ginny, and you are a repeat offender. This is your second time on the podcast.
I know. Practically memorized.
I should have gotten you a
by
hat
now.
or something like that. But this time you're like, Tim, I had so much fun. I brought a guest. And
I brought a very special guest.
This is Carl Spence.
This is Carl Spence, yes.
Hello, Carl Spence.
How you doing?
Good.
I'm glad to be here in Sonoma.
In Sonoma.
With a bit of sun.
With
just
a bit,
little.
yeah, a little bit. Hey guys, it's 70 degrees outside right now, and people, longtime listeners and watchers will see. I often have a coffee with me. I got the iced coffee today, so we're moving into iced coffee season. That's the official. Yeah, that's a thing, right? I think so.
Absolutely. Not quite warm enough for me yet. But.
Not yet? Okay, well, we'll get you there. Well, Ginny, Carl, you guys are with the Sonoma International Film Festival. That's happening in March. It's a huge event. It's on its 99th year. Something like that.
No longer teenagers.
In base 2, but it's really number 27.
Oh, well done, math lady. Okay, good. So could you, Ginny, tell me, for people who don't know and who unfortunately might have missed our original podcast last year, tell me about the Sonoma International Film Festival, what it is, and we'll go from there.
Well, we're in our 27th year, started in 1996 by Carolyn Stollman and Jerry Seltzer, and has grown exponentially, we feel like, in both numbers of films and quality of films that we produce in a 5-day festival.
You have this massive, I think it's huge. It is. It's 5 days. It's multiple screens. It's all types of different movies. This year, there seems to be a theme, though. Like there's eyeballs. So, what's up with the eyeballs, Carl?
Well, the theme is to look closer.
Okay.
So, everything may not be what it initially seems.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
And if you look at our trailer that we cut that's on our website, you can see a lot of eyeballs. It's true. There's a lot of people looking in different places and people looking at different things. And so it's just sort of sometimes you don't actually see what's actually there at first glance. So that's sort of there's a lot more going on that you might miss if you don't look closer.
Like a little closer, take a second look.
And you might miss the film festival if you don't look closer because it's only 5 days. So it's only the 20th to the 24th of March. So
move fast, people.
So
don't ask us in April, where is it?
Exactly. Yeah, because it has flown away.
Yeah.
It's gone with the wind.
We are showing films year round now. We're doing a monthly screening. So if you miss the 5 days, which you should not, we'll have something in April as well.
It will go on. So let's talk about that. Okay, so the film festival started not 99 years ago. It's been here. It's the institution. Last year you started doing year-round programming, or maybe during COVID actually, because you did screenings.
Well, we've been doing year-round programming online, and we've been doing other things. But it started at after this year's festival. We started doing monthly screenings.
Okay.
And so now we're continuing that. So it's something every month. And so we've been doing some award-winning screenings. So we showed The Taste of Things, which was was the French Oscar submission.
Yep.
And we also showed Perfect Days, which is the Oscar nominee for Best International Feature. And we also showed Io Capitano, which is also another Oscar nominee for Best International Feature. And then we showed one other one that's also... so we showed some really good films. We showed a Rolling Stones film, Brian Jones and Rolling Stones. We had the... Joan Baez documentary.
And these were all year round.
Yeah.
So these are not as part of the film festival as a specific moment. It was like, we're going to do this in January or something like that.
Well, we're just doing one a month, and it's the films of the same quality of the film festival, sort of that are exceptional, extraordinary films that you should see in a theater. But they just there's stuff going on all the time. So why not show stuff all year round?
I like that. But let's go back to the actual March Film Festival.
Yeah.
Ginny, why should people come here?
They should come because there are so many interesting people that come with their film.
Okay.
And I think the level of excitement going to a film, as well as going to the different events that we have, the opportunity to meet all kinds of people from around the world, really.
Okay. What makes us different, you think, from other film festivals? What's our little... What's the Sonoma effect, that the Sonoma-ness?
Well, a lot of it, I think, is, we hang our hat on film, food, wine, and fun. And
Wait. There's a lot of F's. That's like my report card. Go again. Film, food.
Did you ever get a W?
It's the report card where getting all F's are
Would
passing.
recommend trying again. Yeah, so film, food, wine, and fun is kind of like the Sonoma, like, quick internal tagline, which I like. Because there's other film festivals, Sundance. I named them all that I know. Cannes. Are there other ones?
Other film festivals?
Tribeca?
Well, I mean, if you're talking about the best, the best festivals are around the world, like the Cannes Film Festival, the Venice Film Festival, the Telluride Film Festival.
Okay. So those are like the ones, but like ours is like a food. Like food plays a huge focus in our festival, or not? I know I'm pushing you on this. I don't know.
It's not the whole focus. I mean, the focus is we're bringing the best films from around the world
Carl,
to Sonoma.
Be honest. Telluride has horrible food. Say it. Say it on the record. I won't. I'll never be invited.
There's better food here. Definitely. There's definitely. But I like Telluride because we're borrowing the theater seats from the Telluride Film Festival. We're trucking them in, so we're putting...
Are you kidding me?
No.
We're bringing in...
First time.
We're bringing in theater seats, so we'll have all the places we're turning into theaters are going to actually have theater seats.
I love that. Like, not only do we bring films from around the world, but we bring the seats too.
Really? They actually were also at Sundance. Sundance used them, so we're bringing these seats in and elevating the experience so that you won't, so you feel like you're in the cinema. You're in a cinema, and also we're elevating the projection because we're using top of the line, state of the art projection called DCP, just like you have at every other movie theater. Right.
So we're not giving a QR code and they can watch it on their phone.
There's no QR code to watch on phone. You can get the QR code and
480p.
Yeah.
No. So this is an actual theater experience.
Yes. And and none of these films you can see at home. They're all films that are not available to see anywhere else.
Okay.
Except for one. But there's a reason why. And that's because we are giving a lifetime tribute to Beau Bridges.
Beau Bridges?
And we're showing a film on its 35th anniversary.
That's it.
The Fabulous Baker Boys.
I love this.
And he's extraordinary. I mean, he is, he makes this movie. His brother gets a lot of, credit and sort of his
like Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges
brother,
is, but Beau Bridges is, he's sort of the underappreciated gem of an actor who's fantastic, and he's such a lovely guy.
And I think Jeff Bridges, I mean, everyone, at least from a certain generation, thinks of The Big Lebowski, or what he's known from. The Dude.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right.
I knew The Real Dude, by the way, but that's a whole nother. That's another
Oh my
podcast.
Second podcast. The story behind the
story of the Dude.
Yes. We're not inviting him.
We're on the Dude.
So is Beau Bridges going to be here?
Yes, Beau Bridges is coming here in person.
Yes, he is.
That's great.
And we're going to give him an award with a nice Chihuly piece of glass. And there's going to be an onstage interview, conversation.
Okay.
And then he's going to introduce the film, The Fabulous Baker Boys. And then we're having a party afterwards at the Buena Vista Winery in honor of Beau Bridges. Okay. And that is on Friday. It's
March 22nd.
March 22nd. Yeah, it's a little early. It starts at 4.
Okay, I love it.
But and then the party starts at 7.
Okay.
And you can be in bed by 9. The party goes till 10.
You were telling me earlier that you live part-time or most time in Spain.
I do.
So they start
eats dinner
at 4
at 9.
Yeah.
No. My biggest difficulty in coming here is I forget that dinner does not start at 8. It ends at 8.
No, we've had 4 turns of a table by the time you sit down.
Yeah. There's no turns in Spain.
So Beau Bridges is coming, and that's part of it. This is a question I have, because you have a film festival. Do people have to buy tickets to the entire festival? Are they able to buy single tickets? Do they buy day tickets? How does that work?
It's very easy. You can buy a ticket to almost anything, just like going to any other movie. You just have to go to our website and buy a ticket in advance, or you can buy it at our box office, which is here off of the square.
Okay.
Or you can, you can also come last minute and just walk up and buy a ticket at the door.
If there's space.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you should probably buy it early just in case.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
It might
there
not be
are
available.
there's always last minute seats available for almost everything. 'Cause sometimes people don't show up. Even if something's sold out, you can still get a ticket at the door.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I mean,
So,
it's, we have like last minute rush tickets, and so like almost always, I think last year there was always something available at the last minute, except for maybe one or two shows.
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing I saw is that you guys often have a food component. And
Yes.
Ginny, I think you
do.
kind of
Yes.
we talked about this last year, but this year we have Chef Susan Feniger.
Feniger. Exactly.
Getting a Culinary Excellence Award.
Yes.
And there's also a documentary about her.
There is.
And can you tell me a bit about that?
Well, this is an interesting documentary because it's not a documentary as much about her career, even though it is, but it's also about her going off on her own from her partner Susan Milliken and opening a restaurant that fails.
Okay.
And so it's like it's
What a surprising. Well, that narrative has never been thought of.
but she's a.
But there's a twist.
But then again,
Susan Feniger is a firecracker, so she doesn't ever really
Okay.
fail. Even if
Right.
she's failed, she's not failing because
Right.
she's just moving on. So now she's just opening a restaurant in Las Vegas. She just opened a restaurant in Palm Springs.
I think this is great, especially people who know food and people who live in
Yeah.
Sonoma know that restaurants have a very high rate of not being always successful. But
right.
it's the chefs who just keep reiterating and trying something new, and because that's how it works, right? Very few things
Absolutely.
work the whole time. So
And she's worked with so many different people over the course of her career. And she worked with Wolfgang Puck. She's worked with Bobby Flay.
Okay.
She, there's even a bit where she was working with Julia Child when Julia Child was
still around.
So she's a force,
Okay.
and you have to be in this industry, but she's a great personality. She's
Great.
like, I'm looking forward to spending time with her here in Sonoma.
She's going to be here too.
She's coming.
Yes,
And we're
absolutely.
actually doing an event where it's at the Hannah Center. It's on Thursday at 5 o'clock and Thursday the 21st.
Okay.
And we're actually going to be showing the film. There's a little reception, drinks at the beginning, showing the film, and then having a 3-course dinner that she's planned.
Oh, I love
as
that.
part of it, as part of getting
Yep.
her an award and having a conversation with her.
Okay, but do
and
they
the
do that
director.
at other film festivals?
They do at some other festivals.
No,
but
they
it's not-
don't. Take that, Telluride.
But-
Give us your seats.
yeah, but not to
there
the
are other-
extent
come on.
we do.
We are in sort of the wine country, so there
Are
are a few
we?
other festivals that do what we do, but we're doing it in a different way. And
Okay.
this is our sort of culinary tentpole event for this year.
Okay.
And we're really excited about it. There are still tickets available, but it's actually selling very quickly.
Also,
So-
don't wait
I
for
would
that
say
one.
I would say 1 or 2 maybe as I looked at the list
Yeah.
Oh,
today.
really? So there's no rush tickets on those guys. Like, that's gone, guys. Go,
It's a seated dinner,
go
so
book now.
Yeah.
is what I'm saying.
don't tell the caterer that we're doing rush sales.
Or they
don't
might-
tell Susan we're adding more people for the.
She's like,
meal
why
she's
are all
already
those
planned."
tables back? You're like, don't
Why
look
is
at those.
But it's exciting that we're here because she's had a very busy schedule and she's actually here for one day. So she's flying in, she's coming and doing this dinner,
Okay.
and then she's going back out.
No, she's not. She's going to fall in love with Sonoma and stay here forever.
She'll be
The
back.
end.
She'll
Okay.
be back.
And one other thing, if I could just interject about the event that day, Joanne Weir is also going to be, kind of interviewing her and bantering with her.
Back and
So
forth
you have 2 kind of
Yeah.
very well-known chefs
Very
talking
good.
to each other.
And the other interesting thing about this film, it's very intimate because it was filmed and directed by her life partner, her wife.
Oh, okay.
So Liz Lockman.
Okay.
And so she had a lot of
Are they still-
access.
They're still talking to each other
Yes.
after, like,
Yes.
I'm going to do an
Yeah,
expose on your
apparently.
life. Okay.
I haven't seen them in the same room in a while, but I think they're still together.
I don't know if that would work for me. Some other films I'm seeing, if I just, or Jimmy, you have something else you want to?
No, I'm good.
Because I see some ones called The Widow Clicquot.
Yeah.
Clicquot.
Widow Clicquot is a film that's, I would call it a sparkling love story about champagne and yes.
Well done.
Yes, what other things can I put in there? But it's very dry.
Okay. But does it have a dosage of humor? Okay, so what's...
And it's all about the woman it's Widow Clicquot. Veuve Clicquot means widow. Veuve means widow, and it's about the widow of the man behind Veuve Clicquot. Initially, he died early.
Okay.
It's the film's about their love story, but it's also about her fighting against the patriarchy and everything else to take over as after he
And
died.
how long ago was this?
This is back in the
Was it late?
1900s.
So a long time ago, back when.
But she
Yeah.
she was sort of this early pioneer and who basically, against all odds, went against what everyone else said, and she revolutionized the champagne industry and the wine industry.
Okay.
And she's the reason why we have Veuve Clicquot today.
Got it. Okay.
And so it's it's this story that flashes back to their relationship, and then flashes forward to her persevering and building this business against all odds, against all these, as you know, making wine and making sparkling wine and making champagne, if you're in France,
Right.
It's not for
Probably
people who don't have who aren't really dedicated, because you have a lot of failures as well. It's just like Susan Feniger. In order to have success, you have to have failure.
Okay. So that's the Widow Clicquot.
Yes.
Yeah, so that actually is the U.S. premiere. It's we're the first place to show it since it had its world premiere.
Okay.
The producer will be here. The actress, she is not able to come because she's filming actually another film, but but it's a great film to open, and it's and it fits. And it's a perfect film for a film festival in Sonoma to open
the
a
food and wine
film,
kind
a
of
dramatic
sparkling.
film
Yeah.
about the founding of Champagne and the woman behind it.
You could run down to Psy, which is a tasting room or bar
Oh,
on the
right,
plaza, and they have
yes.
lots of great champagnes there, so you can do that. Although sometimes the French send us nasty letters when we call California wine
I know.
champagne.
Champagne.
But this
I
is
know.
actual
It's a-
champagne.
And it is about actual champagne, but we will not be serving. We'll be serving sparkling wine because
California sparkling wine? Thank
Well,
you.
yes, but because the great supporter of the festival is Gloria Ferrar.
I've heard of them, which
So
great stuff. Spanish.
Spanish.
as another connection to Spain.
Yeah, I love it. And one more, and we've got a trend here. We've got two, so give me one more. We've got it.
I'll work on it.
So that's the Widow
Surprise you.
Clicquot with some sparkling vino. I also see Ethan Hawke has a movie in there.
Yeah.
Do you think that guy's career is going to take off, or how's it going? Is he doing okay?
He is doing okay. I think he's doing
He's
very
figuring it
very
out.
well.
I don't know his followers on TikTok. That's called Wildcat, and it's a biopic
Yes.
about a Southern Gothic writer, Flannery O'Connor. I want to
yeah.
see that one just because, as you can tell, I don't have any employability because I was an English major, and so Flannery O'Connor read a lot of her short stories and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I love
But
her
that'll
writing.
be neat. So
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah, and it stars. He directs his daughter, Maya Hawke, is the star of it, who's also on.
Oh, I was going to go for that role.
Yeah.
Nepo baby. I knew it.
But do you
I
know
knew
what
it.
she's famous for? Just showing your age.
Maya Hawke. Oh, yeah, she's big on that one.
Stranger Things.
YouTube. Oh, really? I know there's a kid named 11. There's this. Which one was she in my? Was she the ice cream girl?
Now you're asking me too many questions.
I'm going to text my daughter.
It also has
I'm
some other great
silent.
cast.
Yeah.
Like Laura Linney's in it.
Okay, very
there's a number of great.
We're
cast
back on
members in
safe
it.
ground here. Thank you.
Yes.
And then I've kind of I see a Luc Besson film. There's
Yeah.
There's a new Luc Besson film which is called Dogman.
Okay.
And it is an action thriller. So it's it's a little bit of a shoot 'em up, but it surrounds the story of a man who was had a traumatized childhood, but developed a psychic connection to dogs, and so he somehow builds this connection of this gang of dogs that helps him in his quest to sort of make the world a better place and take out the bad guys.
This is not animated.
No.
Do the
This is not
dogs
animated.
talk?
They don't talk, but none of the dogs get harmed. They go and they go after the gangsters and the bad guys, but the bad guys don't ever seem to hurt the dogs. They seem to come out unscathed. It's just the humans. The humans are the only ones that get hurt.
This is like the Seven Samurai, but like mixed with Benji.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's sort of, but it goes a little bit further. It's, it's a little bit crazy and wild because he's also his father actually shot him when he was trying to escape the dog cage when he was young, and so he has a bullet lodged in his spine, and he's in a wheelchair.
Oh, wow.
And if he can't really walk, if he stands up and walks, the bullet might let loose, and then he'll die.
Oh, you see that? So that's
But
as
he-
if
but
the
he also
dog pack
finds-
and the vengeance wasn't enough tension.
But he also finds some escape and some refuge in this drag cabaret, and so he can do a mean Edith Piaf.
Oh my god!
But it's not.
Okay.
It's not a gay story. And he's not.
Right.
It's not. He's
He's just singing La
agnostic.
Vie en Rose. He's got these dogs. He's in a
Yes.
wheelchair.
Yes.
I'm in for this one
so-
right away. I'm in
And
for
you know,
this one.
people do
Okay.
get killed. There's
Okay.
some violence. It's
So
very
that's
you
your
know,
action
It's
movie.
very
Luc Besson.
Yeah,
Luc Besson.
that's what he's known for. So.
You know, think of all of his crazy movies. he's
Right.
done,
Yeah.
But add a
including
dog.
The Fifth Element and The Professional.
Great one.
And he just made a few that and there was some that people haven't liked so much, but it's a return to form. It was premiered at the Venice Film Festival to great acclaim.
Okay.
And we're actually also one of the first places showing it before it gets released nationwide in April.
Good. Wow. You guys are,
I know, right?
Jenny, you're doing an amazing job. Well done.
Thank you.
Well
I'll
done,
take
Ginny.
credit for anything.
And Wildcat also has not been seen anywhere since it played and premiered in Telluride, so we're bringing that film with the seats.
You're like, okay.
You can watch the film and sit down.
The person in the fourth row, third seat. Underneath it is the film. Please reach underneath.
We do have another dog movie, though. Did you read about the other dog movie?
No. Where's the other dog?
But it's not in the title, so it's a quiz. It's the title is Robot Dreams,
Robot Dreams.
and it's
Look at my face.
it's from a Spanish filmmaker. So there's
Okay.
it's not a Spanish
El
film.
Tercero.
Not a Spanish film though. It's Pablo Berger. He
Okay.
actually went to school in NYU, so he spent in the 80s. He was in New York.
Oh.
This is based on the comic novel,
Okay.
the graphic novel, and it's about set in the 80s. About a dog, and it's in a world where animals are people.
Okay.
So there's a
So
lonely
present
dog.
day world
Yeah,
reality
he's
right
in,
now.
he's in his
Yes.
apartment. He's microwaving his mac and cheese. He's watching late night MTV.
Yes.
A commercial
All dogs
comes
do that.
on.
It's like a Richard
commercial-
Scarry
1-800
book.
commercial comes on to call to order a robot that could be your companion. He does,
Oh.
and the robot's
No.
delivered. And he has it. So, and then he puts it together, scares the birds on his stoop.
Yeah.
And and
And the
he's-
birds are not people.
No, the birds are not people. Everyone's
sort of like-
it's an animal world.
Why does Goofy have a dog named Pluto? No one ever thought about that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Thank you.
Yeah, but-
in this case, the dog.
let's move on.
It's a dog. Okay,
The
so
whole thing
robot
is they go to the beach,
Yeah.
they become great friends, they go swimming.
Oh no!
Then
Is this a sad movie? Is there an Old Yeller kind of thing about to happen?
well, robots don't do well in water.
This is a sad movie.
No, it's an uplifting film. It's a film that has all these great 80s references in it, and it's for adults, and the
Okay.
kids will not get any of it, but the kids love it too.
Whatever.
So it's like a great film for the whole family, and
Okay.
it's actually up for an Academy Award this weekend.
Oh, it is.
This weekend being Oscar weekend.
Oscar
Um,
weekend.
And by the time this comes out, it'll be afterwards.
Well-
So, do you want to make all your predictions right now? Do you want to fill out the?
I don't,
put some money
you know,
down?
I think it's one of the best animated films of the year,
Okay.
but it's going up against Hayao Miyazaki, who's made probably his last film, The Boy and the Heron. So whether that's whether anything's going to win over that, I think is really hard.
Who knows?
But this film did win the Goya, the Spanish Academy Awards for Best Film. It premiered in the Cannes Film Festival.
Wait.
It's getting released.
The Spanish Academy Awards are called the Goyas.
The Goyas, yes.
They're named after either a painter or a can of chickpeas. For
Yeah,
real.
the chickpeas.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
So anyway, so that and that
Fourth
film's going to come
Spanish
out this summer. Actually,
Okay,
It's
okay.
being released by Neon Film, so we get a nationwide release in the US of A.
So, Ginny,
Yes.
you just told me this is some guy named Carl, but he actually knows a lot about movies.
I know it's strange, isn't it, that you would that he would
I
be
don't know why they
affiliated with
hired
the
me.
film
Do you
festival.
do this for a
and-
living, Carl? Well, let me ask this: what you guys probably see most of these movies, or many of these movies?
I see all of them.
You've seen all of them.
Carl sees everything.
Every single
I
one of
don't.
them.
I don't see much of anything until the festival.
You do emails, herd cats. Well, let me ask you: which movies are you excited to see? I'll start with Ginny. If there's one that you really want to check out.
That's it. It's tough. I mean, I'm looking forward to a couple documentaries. I am looking forward to the Snow Leopard, which looks like a beautiful film.
Was that a book?
documentary?
No.
Right? It's
No, it's not. It's
Is
a narrative film. It's set in
into
Tibet,
Tibet.
and the director is sort of known for sort of starting the sort of new wave of Tibetan cinema films made and shot
Okay.
in the Tibetan language. The director actually passed away after this, right before this film was finished.
Okay.
But it revolves around a small village where a snow leopard comes in, kills some of their
Livestock, kind of, right.
Oh, okay.
and gets stuck in the pen. And this news crew comes to cover it because the farmer wants to be compensated or was going to kill the snow leopard.
Yeah.
There's a whole conflict, but it's also the landscape
I'm sure
of
must
the
be
region.
stunning,
So
right?
stunning,
Right.
and it's. I mean, there's some funny moments, but it's more of a drama than a dramedy. But and we're actually having the lead actor is flying from China to come here to present it in person. So we'll have the lead actor from the film coming here to present Snow Leopard in person.
This is amazing that you guys bring this sort of stuff in.
Yeah.
That's why you're doing emails all the time, Ginny. Every time I
Exactly.
come to the office, you're like, I'm going to know you're a phone call.
I mean, I invited the actor before I knew how much it would cost. But
Okay, so
thankfully, we have a good airline sponsor, Delta Airlines.
oh,
So that's,
thank you, Delta.
So
Yeah.
All right, so that's called Snow Leopard, and Ginny, that's
Snow
one
Leopard.
okay.
There's another film, and now I can't remember the title, but Carl will, with Olivia Colman.
Wicked
really-
Little Letters.
Wicked Little Letters.
The foul-mouthed,
Yes.
most foul-mouthed movie of the decade.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really? Bad
Olivia
words?
Colman and Jesse Buckley. It's based on a true story set, in the past, in sort of probably in the 20s, where someone starts mailing these foul-mouthed letters, and everyone's in uproar.
Anonymously, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
anonymously.
like
Yes.
written letters
Yeah.
to people,
Yes.
like attacking them, like you
and,
stupid poodle
saying
head.
all the words we're not allowed to say probably on this podcast.
The seven words.
If you go online,
George Carlin says.
if you find the international version of the trailer, they don't bleep out all the words, so it's pretty funny. But the
fantastic.
U.S. trailer, it's like they
They have to bleep them all out.
So
And this is an English language film, then.
it is an English language film.
Okay.
Yes, and
Period,
it was
kind of a period piece too,
It's a-
right?
yeah, it's a period
it takes
piece,
place
but
in the
it's
whatever's-
a rip-roarious comedy. It's pretty
Okay.
funny, and it's sort of about this rivalry of these two women. This God-fearing Christian woman who's sort of upstanding and so offended by this thing, and this foul-mouthed, low-life neighbor that's, accused of writing these letters, but she's like, "Why would I write these when I'll just say it to your
It's
face?"
the other lady. The other lady's writing them.
So-
you know it. I know it. Don't
No
tell me.
spoilers.
Sorry.
No, you haven't seen the film, so that's not what
Oh,
happened.
it's called Wicked
Yeah.
Little
But
Letters.
Wicked Little
Little
Letters, and
Okay.
we're playing that
Really fun.
on. I think we're playing that actually on. I don't remember what night we're playing it on. Thursday night, but you can look it up.
On the website.
Absolutely, you can
Find it all
find
there.
that a lot on our website.
It's all
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
film
So-
schedule, trailers,
Everything passes.
a lot.
Carl, is there one that you're like, I'm so excited is actually coming to Sonoma this year?
Which one am I excited about actually coming to Sonoma this year? I mean, it's like there are.
How about this one? You're like,
Okay.
Tim's like, hey, Carl, I only have a chance for one movie. Like, otherwise,
one?
I have to do many
one
important
movie?
things. Yeah, many important things. I'm so busy, Carl. What movie should I go see?
That's
One.
always that's so
There's
difficult.
like-
to
Fine,
answer,
three.
isn't it?
Look
Yeah,
at this.
yeah,
There's a
yeah.
huge thing here.
He's holding up a double-sided,
There's A
massive
to
holdout.
Z, but they're all pretty good. But there's like
Because
one
you
week-
sold me at the
well,
dog thing. And
There
then-
is
Dog Man.
there is a really great feel good tug at your heartstrings
Okay.
movie that's got a huge cast in it as well. It's called Ezra,
Okay.
and it's directed by the actor who's also directing for Tony Goldwyn of the Goldwyn family.
Yeah, like
and
the-
he's in a number of TV shows. He's been in a number
Okay.
of films, but it stars Bobby Cannavale,
Oh, yeah.
Rose Byrne,
Okay.
who are actually a couple in real life.
Yeah.
And it also has Robert De Niro as the grandfather.
Okay.
And it also has Whoopi Goldberg and a number of other people. So
Okay.
it's all around the story of this family, this mom and dad that have an autistic son, and they're split up.
Mm-hmm.
He's Bobby Cannavale plays an aspiring comedian trying to get on. The late night TV show
Right.
in LA, who is in LA? Which late
It's
night?
one of the Jimmys.
It's Jimmy,
Yeah, one of
not
the
Jimmy
Jimmy.
Fallon. It's
Kimmel?
Jimmy
Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Wait,
his son gets.
he's trying to get on Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Kimmel is like a real character in the. They reference it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He does.
Okay.
And then basically, his son has had some issues in school, and as a father, he doesn't quite deal with it quite right, and is anyways told he can't be with his son, but he takes his son on this road trip on his way to be actually on Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh.
And anyway, so there's this whole thing.
You think it's a comedy or a drama?
It's a comedy. It's a dramedy.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's quite touching. It's it's about life. It's
Okay.
about life.
Okay.
Being a parent is, as me being a parent, I can tell you, being a parent is like
Oh, it's super
challenging.
easy. Well,
Why didn't
It's a
anyone tell
snap,
me?
right?
It's wonderful and it's so irritating.
I mean,
And it's
people who
lovely,
watch
and
this on
it's-
YouTube might not
yes.
know that I am 22 years old,
Yeah.
but but having kids has aged me. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's about life,
funny.
but it's about, life can be joyful and it can be funny and it can also be painful, and sometimes you make stupid decisions as a parent, and sometimes you make good ones.
And what's the name of this movie again?
It's called Ezra.
Ezra.
The name of the son is Ezra.
Okay.
And it's wonderful, and it's a film that we're playing that twice. There's also we have this. There's two things connected to this. What we're doing, we're bringing back our gala disco party, which was a big success last year.
Yes, and that was the first year you did that, right?
Yeah, last year we did it.
Okay.
This year we're going to have it, I don't know how it's gay, but we're having it at the Hop Monk Tavern.
Oh, yeah.
We'll put some
That's the gayest place.
We'll put some disco balls up and just we're gonna
sure, why not?
It's for everyone to go though.
It is.
It's actually a great, and we're bringing in this superstar to DJ. He's an actor, he's a writer, he's a singer, a songwriter. He created the character and starred in the Broadway show The Hedwig and the Angry Inch, and the movie is John Cameron Mitchell.
Oh, he was in it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
he
cool.
was Hedwig, but he also created it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
he's also a great DJ. He's really big into music, and so he is going to be here to headline
I love
the
that.
gala, and he's also going to DJ our opening night, so you can have him on both nights.
Duffer. Too far. What day is the gala event?
The gala is on Thursday night.
Okay.
And you can go to any film and then go to the gala party, but you can also, there's two films that are connected to the sort of as the gala films, and one is called Extremely Unique Dynamic.
Okay.
It's a world premiere from these two young guys. Actually, there's three directors, and it's sort of it's a stoner comedy.
Oh, okay.
About two buddies decide to make a movie about making a movie and about making a movie.
So it's triple inception.
It's silly.
Okay.
It's so silly. It's
called Extremely Unique Dynamic.
Yes.
Okay.
And and I sort of love this film. It's sort of stupidly silly, but it's fun.
Okay.
And they're going to be here, the entire cast, and they're going to be at the party afterwards. And then we have a film called Chuck Chuck Baby, a British film that's about. It's set in a small British town, this sort of down and out, and all these women are working in the, I don't know what kind of fish or canning factory, but occasionally everyone breaks out into song, but they're not really singing. It's like actual tunes.
Okay.
So, but then they just start dancing, but it's also a love story.
So it's a musical about the drudgery of 19th century
it's about
Milltown?
this girl who's sort of stuck taking care of her mother in this old town, and the girl that she had a crush on left and was a rebel and never came back, but one day she comes back, and then sort of things get reignited. But
this is like a British thing. What was the one about the boy that did ballet? Remember Billy?
Billy
Elliot.
Billy Elliot.
Yeah.
Right, and then you had before that the Full Monty. So it seems like these depressed British towns bring out these people who start dancing. Why not?
Yes.
All right, so what's that one called again?
That's called Chuck Chuck Baby.
Chuck Chuck Baby. Okay.
So we have they're films for everyone, but there's one for the girls and one's for the guys, and they're for everyone.
And there's ones for people who like dogs and action.
Yes. Films for everyone.
Yeah.
So obviously you've been in the film festival for a while, Carl. Ginny, you've been in doing film festivals and stuff. Why do people do film festivals? Why don't you just go to the movies?
Why is it different?
Why have a film festival?
I think, again, it's the idea of having an event that people can mingle not just with film goers, but with film producers, directors, and everything. I think it's that, kind of mixology of...
Okay. The chance to engage with the makers and fellow fans.
It's a different vibe than just... going out to a movie.
I didn't even know what a film festival was until I went to one, and then it blew my mind. And I saw a film.
Where was that? What
I went to see. It was actually in Seattle at the Seattle International Film Festival, and I went to see this film by Lars von Trier called Zentropa.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also the same year that they had their closing night film was from Steven Soderbergh, who had a film called The King of the Hill. Oh. Mm-hmm. And they're very different, but they were both films that I was like, wow. And then I also had a secret thing, and there was a screening of Reservoir Dogs by Quentin Tarantino. I didn't know what that was, and I was like, "What the?"
This narrative does not make sense. Right.
And so that was it. Sort of, and then I thought, well, how can I get a job doing this?
Well, wait. So let me ask you, where did you grow up again?
I grew up in Seattle.
In Seattle proper, like were you?
Seattle proper.
So you had access to cool films, or were you?
No,
like...
I grew out in the burbs. I was born in Seattle and grew up outside of Tacoma, in a small place called Puyallup.
Okay.
Longview, and then Puyallup,
Yeah.
and then so that was my film knowledge was developed from going to one of my best friend's dad had a video store, Video Roundup.
Hey, like Quentin Tarantino works at a video store.
And so there was a lot of time hanging out there, watching films, and then taking films home. And then I worked at a video store.
This is VHS days we're talking about.
VHS.
Did you rent out the VCRs too?
Yes.
Like this?
So the people that there were some people that didn't have VCRs that would rent them.
That was the biggest for my parents. We didn't have one for a while, and when we would rent the VCR, it was like we'd watch that movie like 8 times that weekend.
I remember,
that was a big deal.
Yeah, I remember first renting a film with my family, and we rented when I was younger, not that much younger, but Chariots of Fire.
Oh, gripping child movie.
Yeah, a great movie to watch on VHS.
Did you run in slow motion around the living room? Like, Okay, so that's.
But I came of age in the world of Disney films, bad 70s, 80s Disney films. I love them. I still love the
Apple
North
Dumpling
Avenue
Gang
regulars.
Oh, great one.
And Freaky Friday with Jodie Foster and Ruth Buzzy is one of my favorite films of all time.
Sunday nights Disney would come on at 7 o'clock, and you could watch the old Disney movies.
And Star Wars, Star Wars is another one. I remember waiting in line and seeing that in a single screen. So that's that.
Ginny, let me ask you, where did you grow up again?
In Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it every time. Yeah. But did you have access to cool movies when you were a kid, or how did you get into the film festival world?
Not until I moved to outside of New York City and went to the New York Film Festival.
Okay.
And like Carl was saying, he remembers this, first film that he saw. I remember mine was David Byrne in Talking Heads, and at the New York Film Festival, he was there talking. And
Does that stop making sense? We had that movie?
Yes. And somebody asked him a question, something like, how was your inspiration of whatever? And she went on and on and on asking a question. And he said, I don't know, I just made it. So.
Don't overthink it, man.
Exactly.
Make the movie.
Exactly. And from there, I was kind of hooked, and then saw some Russian film about some camp in Russia that made absolutely no sense. That was just horrible. I thought, and I thought, but this is why you go to a film festival. I just get it now.
Something that would not normally be playing in the mall.
Exactly.
Or back
or anywhere.
And it's usually a lot of people experiential. So you're seeing it with a communal with a bunch of people, and so you're all having this experience that you don't have if you were seeing it by yourself, alone.
I think going to a theater, like there are certain movies you have to see. So a lot of those are horror movies. You have to yell at the idiots, do not run in the basement together, and they end up in the basement. But a lot of these sort of like movement movies, or the ones that like just hit you in the gut, and you can't just be there by yourself. You have to be, watching it with people and experiencing it. So.
Or like seeing Priscilla, Queen of the Desert for the first time with Terrence Stamp there, not knowing what it is, but with a packed house.
Right.
Or I was doing some publicity work, and we did a premiere of Scream for university students, and I think it was chaos in the theater before it started. There was someone who ran through the audience and threw up, and then I think
really.
But it was like,
Well, they're doing that over at Scream. They were doing it at the community center. They have a new bag they were making with Woodsboro High on it with the Sonoma Community Center where Scream was filmed. And it's like, I love it, right? And that's the whole.
I love the fun stuff where
that's the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Before we move on, because you know what's going to happen here, Ginny. You know you're going to do. If people want to learn more and buy all the tickets, what is the website they can go to?
They should go to sonomafilmfest.org. sonomafilmfest.org.
sonomafilmfest.org. You can buy tickets. You can get that entire schedule, which Carl has memorized.
Yes, or you can just say, "Hey Siri or Alexa, what's take me to the Sonoma Film Festival?"
Oh, I love that. And then she's like,
"What's playing tonight? What's the best film?"
I can't help
Carl
you, Dave.
said it was this.
Right. Sorry, Carl. And I know as we get closer to the film festival, you guys will have all sorts of handouts and stuff like that around town where people can get the information. You also have a ticket booth that'll be open. Is that going to happen again? Okay.
Box office opens this coming Monday.
Okay.
At 11 a.m.
11 a.m. This
It will already be open by the time you hear this.
Yes, you're right. The box office is now
open.
This
past Monday.
Matter of fact, if you're out jogging along the Sonoma bike path, now's the time to run down to First Street West and Napa and go to the box office next to the Sonoma Index Tribune building.
No, it's not actually this year.
Don't listen to me. Where is it this year?
Whatever you said, don't listen.
That was wrong.
This is a 539 First Street West in the little arcade by the Red Grape restaurant.
Oh,
it's
so
just around the corner.
Yeah, it's just around the corner.
Okay, if you get lost, you'll run right into it.
And you know what? Red Grapes, go get some pizza.
Yeah.
While you're
There
there,
you go.
go to La Prenda, and there's a new shop opening up there soon, actually. So a lot of stuff there. Guys, did she warn you about what happens next, Carl?
When we take the shots, what?
No. Sort of, yes.
When we play
I've been
Thumper.
I've been counting my missteps.
So Ginny knows what happens. What we do is, people don't know this, we have 2 visitor centers. And people ask us questions, and we have volunteers. And today on the podcast, you're going to help me answer questions that we actually got from visitors. So this is a segment we call We Get Questions. Oh, wait, Ginny, say it. We get questions.
We get questions.
And we'll give you answers.
They might not be right, but we'll give you answers.
Okay, here we go. These are actual questions we got. Ready? So here we go. This one came in via Facebook. Hey, we're visiting Sonoma later this year and looking for something on par to Ravenswood since they are no longer around. Any recommendations? And Ravenswood was a winery here that's no longer there. But it's a beautiful
known for their Zins.
Known for their Zinfandel.
Known for their Zinfandel.
Yeah. See, that's because this is your second time. You're so good. So do you have any recommendations for any other wineries in Sonoma?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
I think you should go to all the wineries. You can go to wineries during the film festival. The Sebastiani Winery, the Buena Vista Winery, and the Annaba Winery are 3 great wineries that have
they're
great wines, which I will be having classes of. Hopefully not too many.
That's great. Those are great.
Yes.
Do you have any others you want to add?
We have, there's also a great winery that is not really doing much with us, except it's Dunham, that has great art as well as a really
That's a great
good,
experience.
good wine, of which
and Dunham could always do stuff with you if they want to contact you through sonomafilmfest.org.
Absolutely.
There's another great way you can get wine at our great Food, Fun, and Wine Film Festival. How do you get wine at the film festival? What do you have to have a pass? If you have a certain pass, you get wine almost at certain screenings?
Well, you can get wine at the Sebastiani Theater. We serve wine at the in the lobby before films.
Really?
After 11 o'clock in the morning.
We're not animals.
We're not. You know,
we are refined.
11 o'clock.
We have standards.
11 o'clock in Spain is almuerzo time, and you can have a glass of wine or a beer, and it's okay.
Thank you.
And then you can go back to your construction work.
Oh. Great segue, or a segue, that's how you say it, a sigu. Here we go. Here's another question we got. Ready? Bonjour. I have a group coming to Sonoma from France, and they don't speak English. Are there places where we can go that people might speak French?
Yes. We have a number of French films in the original language. And we actually have one that is there's one called Mr. Blake at Your Service.
Okay, so they can go
and
to the
it's great because it has John Malkovich speaking bad French with Fanny Ardant.
Okay, good. So if they're here during the film festival, yes. Go to the film.
Oh, do we need to answer for if they're not?
Or any time.
The only time to be in Sonoma is March 20th to 24th during the film festival, where we have a vampire movie that's in French about a teenage vampire that just doesn't want to be a vampire, but her parents are really upset about that.
Well, that's very good. It's like she's full of angst.
Sort of a vampire comedy. She needs to find someone who wants to die.
A vampity.
So she doesn't feel bad about killing her.
If they're not
here.
If they're not here during the film festival.
Maybe the French bakery in Glen Ellen.
Good job, Pascal.
No, I had eaten there when I stayed at my friend's house right around the corner. I walked there every morning. And I was very sad that they're not open every day.
Yeah, I know. They're not.
French.
But they're open most days.
Most days, and Pascal.
Yeah.
And if you could tell the difference, that one was Pascal male, one was Pascal female. I don't know how to pronounce the difference, but Pascal and Pascal. It's like Chris and Chris.
And they do actually speak French. If you would like to order your things in French, they will answer in French.
Absolutely.
There you go.
So that's good. Les Pascals is one.
Les
Pascal. Saucy Wines. The tasting room manager there is French.
Oh.
There is also a gentleman in town who is known for wearing garish socks and owning lots of wineries. His name is Jean-Charles Boisset. Sometimes you will catch him in town, and he does speak French, but he might make you wear bright red socks.
Uh-oh.
So Jean-Charles, les calcetines rouges, talk to us. Okay, good. That was good. You passed the test. That was good.
Oh.
Ready for the next question?
Oh, there's more.
All roads
there's
lead
more.
to
There's
the
more.
Sonoma International Film Festival.
Well, let me see how you can tie this one together, sir.
Yeah.
When does the Tuesday night farmers market start up again?
After the film festival.
That is true. That's good, Carl.
After our film festival this year and before the next one.
That would be on the 26th, because the film festival is over on the 24th of March.
Okay, so you guys are right. It is after the Sonoma International Film Festival. So it's May 7th. It starts for the season. If you have a chance, go to this. This is, this is an amazing farmer's market. It's a party with some kale in the corner.
I'll be back in France by then.
It's every Tuesday.
I'll be speaking French.
Every Tuesday through September. And then there's more information about that at the Visitors Bureau website. But go to the farmer's market on Tuesday, on Mardi.
So there's no farmer's market until May.
After the
Well,
film festival.
there's the Friday morning farmers market, which is the legit OG actual farmers are there.
Where is that at?
It's a great question. Thank you for asking. Hey, look, he's playing both volunteer and guy.
Yes.
So the normal Friday farmers market is about a block and a half north of the plaza in the parking lot at Depot Park.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a great spot, and that's a really good market. I'm
agree.
partial to many of the things there, including the tacos, the beignets, the coffee, the crepes.
All right.
And I'm sure there's radishes. I don't know. I don't buy the vegetables, but
Radishes.
it's good
You
stuff.
don't eat vegetables?
Ah, well, okay, ready? Here's another question. People from Britain were visiting, and they asked, where can we get some cat or dog-themed souvenirs?
Oh, well, right on East Napa Street
Talk to me. What's
at the
there?
dog store.
At Woof.
At
right
Woof.
down from the Sonoma.
We'll be selling dog
Nothing.
souvenirs at the screening of Dog
we'll
Man
win.
and Robot Dreams.
You should do that. Oh, callers.
We'll have free inflatable dogs at the screening for no extra charge.
No, wait. Just talk
And
to Pets.
treats.
Talk to
And
Pets
treats.
Lifeline. Everyone gets a dog.
Yes.
Oh, wow. I don't think you should do that.
Both of our dogs came from
Actually,
Pets Lifeline.
Pets
Yeah.
Lifeline is underwriting the screening of the snow leopards.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
They will have a presence there.
That's great.
You might be able to get a free dog there.
You can probably, everyone gets a dog. Check out
No
how they do
leopards.
that.
No leopards for sale.
So you're right. Wolf has cat or dog themed souvenirs. Also next door to it, Tiddlywinks has a lot of tchotchkes and
Yes.
gewgaws, and I'm sure there's cat or dog themed there.
Rubber duckies.
Rubber duckies. You're the one. There's also Sonoma Barracks has a lot of dog themed Sonoma stuff.
That's a good place to get a present for my dog for when I take back
Great.
to Spain.
What kind of
So give
dog do you have?
A Boston Terrier.
Oh, look at
Oh.
that. Does he have a Spanish name?
No, its name is Sullivan.
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 Wait, Ginny, you have dogs too? Or
Yes, we have two dogs.
Two dogs? Mm-hmm. And what?
Both from Pets Lifeline.
Look at you guys. You guys are great. Okay.
Jenny has dogs. I have dogs and kids.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
The pain.
we're
of
partial to
friend.
four-legged creatures.
She made the better choice.
No, it's yeah. I mean, yes.
Yeah, we don't
Dogs.
have to send kids to. I mean, we don't have to send the dogs to college, right? We don't have to.
You don't have. You can
It could.
if you want. You guys, you answered all the questions correctly. Isn't that amazing? The answer was the film festival.
Yes.
Do we get a set of luggage?
And a set of steak knives.
What is our swag for doing this?
You're right here. I am the swag. My presence is your present. Folks, you've been wonderful on this podcast. It's already an hour. Can you believe it? It goes fast. Yeah, I told you it's only an hour long.
We make an hour and a half.
He's like, Tim, I have 75 more movies to
extended
talk
version?
about.
there are actually about
The
over
Zack Snyder
100,
cut.
100 films
You
in
want
the
the Zack
festival.
Snyder cut of the podcast?
There's 16 documentaries.
Wait,
and
how
about
many films?
There's about
Oh, it's over 100.
there's over 100 films, but half of them are shorts.
Okay.
So about so there's 16 documentaries and about 38 or maybe it's 40 features. Yeah.
Okay.
Narrative features.
So I think what people
23 countries too.
the films are represented in 23
around
countries.
from 23 countries around the world. There are lots of English language films, and there's tons of comedies.
Right.
So so that's not.
It's not all serious.
No,
like
it's not doing
dour,
homework.
drab.
There are films that are going to blow your mind. And there's one more thing we're doing. We're doing a live podcast recording of the podcast called "The Film That Blew My Mind," which is a podcast by two former Sundance film directors, John Cooper and Tabitha Jackson, and they're going to actually each podcast a guest, a luminary, an actor. Ethan Hawke just did it. And we're going to have John Cameron Mitchell do it. They pick a film, the film that blew their mind, they talk about, and they show some clips and play it. And,
that's cool.
We're going to do this
live.
We're going to do it live. Normally they do it in a recording studio,
right.
But this is going to be live, and people can come participate and watch.
Okay.
And
Fun.
What day is that on?
that is on Friday. The 22nd.
How do you guys know?
Are you videotaping the 22nd? Friday's the 22nd.
All you know is it's sometime before the farmers
At 11 a.m. It's actually 11 a.m. on Friday.
Okay.
And that's because John has a flight out at 6 p.m., so he needs to get out of
You
here.
have so many moving parts in your head.
I know.
That's crazy.
And there are guests coming from around the world. So we mentioned a few, but there's a bunch of directors coming with documentaries, with features, with shorts.
Everything.
So
Let me ask, is there one central location where people can get all this information? What is that again?
at our box office near that great pizza place
The
called
Red Grape.
The Red Grape.
Or if they're not here yet.
SonomaFilmFest.org.
Or at your locations,
cinemavalley.com. Well, that reminds me. Carl,
which I will have to come check
you're
out.
going to come visit.
Yeah.
So, Carl and Ginny, thanks for coming on the podcast. You guys are wonderful.
You're so
You've
welcome.
been amazing. I wish we could do the full Zack Snyder Director's Cut podcast, but we do get kicked out of the studio. And but you've been great. But people can
We've
find
been
you.
kicked out of places.
There's a door. I locked the door.
Let us out. Let us out. And after you go to sonomafilmfest.org for all sorts of great information, make sure you go to sonomavalley.com for news, special events, deals. We've got a new wine tasting pass coming out, and we'll also have all the information about the film festival on there as well. So, guys, thanks for coming. Mom and Dad, thanks for listening. Talk to you guys soon.